should check out Artlist.
Charlie Day here. Did you know with Hulu Plus Live TV you can watch over
Yo.
Hello, world. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Welcome to Hawkwind's Radio Picture Show. As always, my name is Jack Dwyer.
And I'm Jay Smooth.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. We've got a lot of fun for you. But me and Jay want to open the show talking about our fun weekends. We both had really good weekends this past weekend, and we were very blessed when we were talking about it because, you know, we here at Hawkwinds like to bring in both entertainment of music and theater and comedy and everything in between. And me and Jay just had this very blessed weekend, if you'd say, to say that we were able to work in the arts in our own realms, very much like to a T of what we both do.
Really?
Jay, we want to talk about how your weekend went with Riot Fest?
Oh, dude, Riot Fest was dope. So, my day job, my other side gig is I chef around in the city. So I like fucking just cook in different restaurants or whatever.
Yes, chef. Yes.
I was fortunate enough to get to be on the catering team for Riot Fest. We got to feed all the staff and artists, which was pretty cool.
Cool.
Which led me to being backstage with freaking Slayer, bro.
Whoa.
Fucking Slayer, dude. It was fucking dope, man. It was cool seeing the production side of things because it kind of like gave me a cool idea of like what it takes to like really put on a music festival of that caliber. Like the amount of work that people put into that, like not just like the artists, but like just the production staff too, man. Like some people were there 15 hours straight. And I even witnessed a couple people that slept there because they lived in like the burbs and they had to be there at 5 a.m. Mm-hmm. So they would go until like from 5 a.m. till like 12 a.m. when everything finished. And then, you know, you're not going to drive to the burbs and then come back at, you know, the fuck.
Right.
So I literally witnessed people sleeping in tents there because, you know, they had to be back at 5 a.m, you know?
Yeah.
And all that just so like a couple, you know, really cool artists can perform, which...
Hey, baby, that's the backbone of
it takes,
the industry,
you know,
right?
It takes an army, man.
Totally does.
I got to see all the cool sides of everything, not just the production side, but the artists too, man. Like, I got to hang out with a couple cool artists, Slayer being one of them.
Cool. Do you have any fun moments that you had with them?
Not really, man. My actual moments with Slayer was very brief, but it was still cool being able to like hang out backstage and like seeing how all the pyro works.
Yeah, your video was incredible, man. Your video was so cool to see because you were right up there, man. You see.
I saw the dude switching his guitars out. You know what I mean? Like I was with the dudes. It was
That's
fucking
awesome.
cool, man.
That's
like
so
he can't.
cool.
Like he finished the song and he was all like, "All right, I need to grab my other guitar." And he comes up to where we were, and whoever his guitar tech is, I don't know his name, but he just switched out guitars and. To be able to be 10 feet away from somebody that you idolized for since you were a child is fucking like. I didn't even know what the fuck to do at that moment. I was like, holy fuck, they're like right there.
Yeah, dog. That's cool. It puts you in the perspective of goals and being able to achieve them. And when you visualize it like that, you're in the spot, you can see it.
It's definitely a boost of morale, and definitely it helped me, gave me a boost of confidence, you know?
Yeah. It's interesting too, because so many people will agree on this, that a lot of gigs in the industry, no matter what entertainment industry it is, it could be a lot of blue collar, hard work, you're sweating, but then you get into all these really cool places. You know what I mean? You got backstage for Slayer. I've done events where I was backstage for like EDM festivals and being able to like use the VIP bathrooms. And,
let's talk about the VIP bathrooms real quick. For those of you who don't know, the VIP bathrooms are freaking amazing.
Some have couches in them. Maybe a bidet.
Sheesh. Yeah.
But we're thinking that a lot of people who use the VIP bathrooms, they probably got bidets at home, so like they're pretty cleanly when it comes to
There's
bathrooms.
a lot of perks about being able to use the VIP bathrooms for sure, man.
Yeah. It's probably not Comet still sitting on the kitchen sink there, but that's
fucking air conditioned bathrooms, bro. Whew. That toilet's actually flushed instead of letting all the poop just stew there for like 3 days straight.
Yeah.
You know how like you don't realize how lucky you are until like you go through little things like that.
Right.
Being able to flush a toilet, like fuck, dude, that's great.
Mama, we made it. We can flush. But it's cool though. You should totally, for anyone who's looking to get into the entertainment industry, do it. Start out as a PA for something. Start out as a hand of something. Building a set. Yeah. And because it'll get you into some cool places that you never thought you'd be able to get
Fucking
into.
go and unwrap some wires for what, who cares? But it'll get you in the door, and that's really all that matters,
Yeah, it's an experience. You get paid to be in a really, really cool place,
What about you, Mr. Jack Dwyer?
Dude, old Jackie boy's been up to some shit. I had a very fun, blessed weekend, man. My summer was kind of rocky because of the whole car thing and some other issues that happened. But after all that happened, I fell back into the arts. The safety net of the arts caught me. And I was very blessed about that because during COVID, that's why I lost everything because I worked in entertainment and film and tourism and, like all those.
Everything that got banned pretty much.
Basically, yeah. So it was nice to, in this time around of, when things go down, to fall back into the arts again. So I was very blessed with that. And this past weekend, I had a really fun time. I was a full-time clown this weekend, dog.
Jeez.
So I did a kid's birthday party as the Joker at a bounce house, which was incredibly fun, as you could imagine, dressed as full-on Joker. And these kids are tough though, dog. At one point I kneeled down and the kid was like trying to swing at me and I'm like blocking him and I look over and these kids all got dodgeballs and I just take like 7 dodgeballs to the face
Christ.
as Joker. And like every time I'm like, every time I got hit, I couldn't help but just laugh. I'm already in character. I'm like, I just gotta laugh this off because I'm just getting pelted out here. So yeah, I got beat up by a bunch of kids, which was fun. Hey, he's a clown for hire.
Some things just never change.
Some things never change, no. But then the next day was really cool. I was very blessed to work with my friends at Cabinet of Curiosity, and we did this event called Chicago Live over at Navy Pier, all the nice folks at Navy Pier. And it was cool. We did a parade of our bicycles that we go out with, and we did a bubble party with a brass band called the 4-Star Brass Band. We had a super fun time, and I was up on top on that spinning bike that I keep showing you.
Rotating bicycle, bro?
Yeah, it rotates 360. It is dizzying, to say the least.
Did it also spit out bubbles?
I was spitting bubbles for sure. No, I didn't throw up. You gotta be patient with that. But no, yeah, the backside will spit out bubbles. We had, I think we had like 7 bubble machines in total, which was super fun. So
everything's always fun with bubbles.
Oh, and it was a sea of bubbles. It was cool. Uncle Bubbles had a good time. So, yeah, it was really fun. That bike is really interesting though. It is very circus-esque because you're spinning 360 on a single point. And truth be told, dude, when I first looked at that thing, I was like, I'm never getting up on that fucking thing. Like that thing looks so dangerous. I'd have to wear a helmet and maybe some other pads. And then one day I just got wrangled into it. I jumped in because I was like, I got to try it out once. And then I got pretty good at it and I did my research on it. Like in anything that I do in the arts, especially in like quote unquote clowning, I take it from like an athletic perspective of like, I have to train my body in order to be able to do this. So I was looking up what figure skaters would do and the point of focus. So when you're spinning in a circle, if you're focused on one thing and you spin and you come around and you have your eyes locked on one thing, then you're able to spin really, really quickly without getting sick. It's also just kind of muscle memory, getting used to it. So, but it was fun. I had a really good time. I got pretty good at it. I can do it with no hands now, which is very fun.
Look, Mom, no hands.
So, but it was cool, man. We finally got to perform at Navy Pier. So I was very blessed about it. But, it was funny because, I think I messaged you afterwards. I was like, it's cool that both of us got into these gigs and do what we do outside of Hawk Winds because we really do have the best of both worlds. We're just the guys for the job. Yeah. We got entertainment, we got music, we got media, we got food, we got puppetry, and there's just like this beautiful synergy between us, brothers. So
I feel like sometimes this is what you kind of work up to. You know what I mean? Little moments like that.
Yeah, man, absolutely. It's little moments that add up to get you to those big moments that you're always striving for.
Real quick, you were mentioning bicycles. I know Critical Mass is happening pretty soon.
Oh, yeah, dog. I'll be out there tomorrow night. Critical Mass. Not tomorrow night. Friday night. Friday, September 27th is the last Friday of September. So it is Critical Mass. I believe we're going to meet at Daily Plaza, right below the Picasso. Bring your bike, bring your trikes, bring your rickshaws. We're going to have a lot of fun. Yeah, dude, we're bringing out my rickshaw.
Bring your Heelys.
Bring your Heelys. It's treacherous for Heelys. It's even treacherous for roller skates. I skated it that one time, but man, my feet were hurt.
You're like, fuck that shit.
But yeah, dude, we're going to do it again. You want to join us?
Yeah, man.
Let's do it.
Probably be down. Hell yeah.
We have a special request. We have an 85-year-old woman who wants to go for a ride around it. So my friends are going to borrow my rickshaw. Juan and Courtney, shout out. What up? Good to see you guys. Yeah, dude, we're going to get this little old lady on the rickshaw and ride her around town and give her a good time.
Hell yeah, dude.
So, but yeah.
Are you going to dress up as Elvis again?
I don't know, Doug. I think I got to spice it up every time. I got to do something new there, you know? I was Elvis the one time. I was Jack the Dragon Slayer the next. I don't know. We'll see. I was thinking Superman would be kind of fun.
Oh yeah.
But speaking of cosplaying, we have a really awesome show for you guys tonight. This guest is a very special friend of mine. I've known him for, over a decade now that I'm thinking about it. He is a cosplayer. He is a TikToker. He is a very funny stand-up comedian and a comedian in general, because that's a broad term these days, right? A very good friend of mine. Everybody, please welcome to Hawk Wins, Marky Marx.
Hello.
What's up, Mark?
Man?
What's going on, guys?
Good to see you, step bro.
Just to let you know, earlier when I was trying to get here and I was late, I was trying to find a place to park, and then as I was like running up here, guess what I saw right out front of here?
Parking spot.
Parking spot.
Princess parking too. It always happens that way.
I actually, for the first time, rode one of those Lyft scooters.
Yeah,
and it was pretty fun. I can't use the Uber scooters because I'm banned from Uber. And
Same.
yeah. And, why are you banned?
Can we dive into this?
Well, I'm banned from the Uber Eats because when I signed up for Uber Eats one time and I took their free giant backpack, but I never worked for Uber. And so I tried, like, so they charge you for it. You're supposed to pay them back as you work for Uber, but I just quit Uber. I just never fucking worked it. I just got the free bag, and I was all like, "Fuck this!"
How much did the bag cost?
It was like $60 or $70 or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's a giant.
Get
It's a
over it.
really good bag, by the way. Like
Yeah.
it's giant, and like you can carry a shit ton of stuff in there. Like it's really good.
See, that's cooler than my story.
Oh
How'd you
shit!
get
How'd
banned,
you
man?
get banned?
So I had a different phone number, and then I got a new phone for work, and I had to change my phone number in order to get the contract. But as soon as I got the new phone, I started getting all these calls and all these texts for someone. They would say, "Is Janice there?" And I found out it was later on. It was Janus. They were looking for a guy named Janus, and like I couldn't fill out like a CVS card. I couldn't fill out a wall. Like everything was like under this Janus guy's name. I was constantly getting emails and texts. And one time I was stuck in Chicago, and I go to order an Uber, and it says your account has been banned permanently. And I just yell. I was like, "Fucking Janus!"
Damn it, Jonas. Ugh. So you're a Lyft guy?
Now I have to be. Yeah.
What's your rating on Lyft?
Pretty good. So like my worst thing is I forget to like tip them right away. But then when I like reopen the app, I'm like, oh, I forgot. So maybe they gave me a bad rating. But customers can't see their ratings, can you?
Yeah.
Really?
I ask people that all the time as like a personality question. Like, what's your Uber rating?
Like they as a customer, they rate you?
Yeah, they can rate you as a customer.
But
So
can I see that?
You can see
Could
what
I
your
look
rating
that
is.
up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uber does. I don't know about Lyft, but Uber does.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Lyft does too. I use Lyft a lot.
Yeah. Like
I
you
may
throw
have
up in the
seen it.
back of one, they'll be like,
They
"Hey, by the way,
They charge you $200 out of your account.
Did you see the Joseph Gordon-Levitt Uber movie, the biopic? He plays like the CEO of Uber, and
really?
yeah, that guy's a monster.
Yeah, it took advantage of a lot of people. I was an Uber driver for a while.
Yeah.
Half the Chicago entertainment industry was, right?
I did DoorDash for a while. Yeah.
Well, let's get into it, brother. I mean, are you originally from the south side of Chicago?
I'm from Blue Island, yeah.
Blue Island. And when did you get into comedy, Mark?
I think like second grade. I was doing jokes at a talent show at St. Benedict's Middle School, and it just rolled from there. And then I think I got on stage the first time like 2011 at an open mic in Joliet, and then Did you ever do John Griffin's showcase? Do you remember those? They were at the I want to say, is it the Bottom Lounge, or they were in the basement of some. I don't think the venue exists anymore. But yeah, I did his showcase, and then that's where I met everybody, and you know got me onto Riddles and doing all the other open mics. And Mike Stricker hooked me up with opening for Steve-O, and Party Boy from Jackass, and Creed Bratton from The Office, the Trailer Park Boys, and yeah.
So you opened for all those guys?
I did, yeah.
That's
Hold on, real
impressive,
quick.
man. That's awesome.
What was opening up for Steve-O like?
He was sober already at the time. So
Damn.
so he it was like
Still
a pretty
a wild boy.
yeah, it was a wild night. It was probably the biggest show that I've ever done. But the coolest show that I Chris Pontius, Party Boy from Jackass. He was cool.
No.
Yeah, that guy was a
What was that like?
Well, he like bought one of my Adderalls off me. And
so that's the vibe right there.
Yeah. So
That's dope.
we did the Party Boy dance a little bit.
Oh
Very
yeah.
cool. Now, do you have any upcoming shows for stand up?
No. After COVID, dude, I kind of took a break, and then I started like working on some like new jokes here and there, and I like to do that, like get up on stage once in a while, do a show here and there, do a few mics, and then just go back to the writer's room and figure stuff out.
Yeah.
I have a problem when I'm not doing videos, because I can't edit it and chop it perfectly the way that I want to. So when have been on stage, I've noticed doing a joke, I say like and in the beginning of trying to form that joke and trying to work it out and trying to get the answers and figure out the beats. So
It's funny. We're just talking about that right now. Have you tried AI to edit your videos?
No, like just to like clip it.
Clip it, and then they also have features where you can take out all the ums and the ahs and the whatever.
See, what I would like is for it to just take out like the dead space, just the silence,
Gotcha.
and just have those parts, so I could skim through them and not have to.
And it's a whole other beast too when you're up on stage. You know what I mean? When
Exactly.
you're dropping ums and uhs on stage. But I mean, if you're working out with some new material, I got a question about that. You made an interesting point that after COVID, stand up kind of took a major hit. In your opinion, what do you think the stand up has changed after COVID?
I like how like jokes are like starting to be okay again. For a while, it seemed like the fashionable thing to do was to like get really upset, I guess. I'm thankful that I never did the I don't even know what they're called, the video chat stand-up shows or whatever
Live
those
stream
yeah
shows or whatever.
Yeah, I think they were
yeah.
just
It's funny. So when we first started the show here at Hawk Winds, we did one show where we had bands come up and play, and we wanted to do like in between bands, it was gonna be Jack was gonna do like some stand-up or whatever, and we did it, and we were just like, it was kind of like awkward to have like somebody say jokes and just nobody, like literally nobody, like you know.
Right.
What you got to do is you got to have a laugh track.
Right. A bunch of people from the 50s who are dead.
Yep. And a
Yeah.
laugh track of, if Friends can be funny, then just use all the laughs from that show.
Right.
COVID just fucked all the artists up, man.
Yeah,
It
and
did.
And it's hard too. And not only do the artists, though, I think the people consuming the art as well, because it's not that common for folks to go out to shows anymore. Like it is, people are still going to shows, but not as regularly than before. Like I know so many people who were just fans of stand-up, who would just go to open mics to watch and just be a part of it. And that's, 2 drink minimum. That's cheap and easy, But nowadays it's like, it's even hard to find a good open mic that, before you can throw a rock somewhere in Wrigleyville and hit 5 open mics, but now it's not as prevalent,
I think it's the day and age of like the alt room too. Like I've been to so many cool like alt room shows that are not venues and they're not charging that much to get in or anything like that.
Like the whole DIY scene and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of it's got like this like punk rock esque stand up thing to it.
Yeah,
so.
I've been to shows where it's just like a dive bar and like some random dude just books a couple of comedians who and it's pretty. It reminds me of like when people do the same at like dive bars and just book a couple like local bands to come in, just for the sake of like doing art. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A good spot that was like that. You said it's kind of like a punk rock scene. The guys at Ashbury Coffee House.
Yeah,
I'm so upset that show's not happening anymore.
So
though.
it does. I think the improv might happen still, or like they run maybe the open mics with music and stuff.
Okay.
But that was my favorite place to perform.
That was a great spot. Kevin Kellum used to always say that it's kind of like an underground punk grungy spot. And it is totally true. You go there, you meet all like the up and coming stand-up comedians and improvisers and entertainers. That was a really cool spot.
There's the Comedy Shrine that is now the Bit Theater, or is it's something new? It's where the Comedy Shrine was up in Schonberg, or where is that? By Fox.
I'm not really sure.
It's up north. But there was an improv stage and a stand-up stage, and they had an open mic for a while, and then the Comedy Shrine shut down, especially during COVID. And then it got taken over, and now it's being run by. I'll have to find the name, but it's a cool place. Yeah.
Earlier, you said you opened up for Creed Bratton, and as a huge Office fan, I have to ask about that. And what was that experience like?
I mean, a fun fact is for no other reason. Violent J from the Insane Clown Posse was there. And I have a picture of it.
For no reason?
Yeah, he's actually a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And I really not a big fan of ICP and stuff, and I was like, whatever, dude, who cares? I don't.
Did you talk to him?
I did, because he's like, man, that was awesome, that's hilarious. I could never do what you do. And I was like, I'm not gonna lie, Violent J, like, I'm not a big fan of your music, but I do respect your marketing capabilities. And I like how you've remained true to the underground.
They were like pioneers of the DIY scene, you know what I mean? Like everything they did, they like fucking. I mean, I'm not a huge ICP fan either, and I don't think I would ever go to like a gathering of the Juggalos.
Oh, dude, you wouldn't?
Maybe.
I
don't
for
know.
sure would.
I'd probably go like a day just to like experience the thing.
Yeah.
But like for a whole weekend, like that's probably a little
What is it?
brutal.
Is it the boofing?
Yeah.
Boofing
No,
you don't wanna do?
I would
You don't
go
have to boof.
I would go to the gathering of the Juggalos and probably like try and go undercover and paint my face and pretend to be I'd do a whip it
Whoop,
maybe.
whoop.
Or,
Family.
But yeah, he was actually a really nice guy. And their music isn't meant to be anything. It's like Kiss. The music isn't that good, but like you gotta respect the
It's
hustle.
the art, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the art with the cult following.
Yeah.
Right?
Did you talk to Creed?
I did. Yeah.
What was he like?
He was kind of pissed off because
was pissed.
the promoter was in some shady
some
dealings.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Where would you guys perform at?
Somewhere in Joliet. A lot of people play there, but it's like bands like
Like the Forge or something?
like bands come through there like Hinder or like just the like
Yeah.
just bands that are not
They got like a following in like Indiana.
yeah.
Hit wonder, sure. Yeah. That's cool. So what do you think that I think it's interesting too to see, kind of the I don't want to say the fall of stand-up, but the slump of stand-up. You really hopped onto the TikTok train hard, and you really, I mean, dude, I was looking earlier today. You got over 440,000 followers. That's fucking insane.
Yeah,
and I think it really works for a guy of your caliber and your humor style, because you and I were joking about our ADHD earlier, and it's so funny because you can be so much more, because with stand-up, even like going to an open mic, you're out on there for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is a pretty short amount of time if you think about it, or it could be an eternity. Depends on your material.
On stage is a long time, bro.
It is. But But with TikTok, you're able to expand a bit more and kind of build a little bit more of a following and a backstory. And some of your bits are super funny too, man. The one where every time you're in your car and you swipe all the garbage off of your passenger seat. Talk to us a little bit about maybe your first TikTok and how it's progressed throughout all this time.
I mean, I owe pretty much 90% of it to just catching that wave at the right time. Because Vine was such a short thing that existed. It was almost as short as the videos that lasted. I think they were only 7 seconds that you could have on a Vine. And there was this other app that people were on, and I think something political happened where they banned the app, but then they released TikTok, and there was no celebrities on there or anything. Back in 2018, 2019, I just made a couple TikToks, and I just was able to find the right audience and caliber and ride the right algorithm and have things turn to what they kind of are. My most viral TikTok is literally the dumbest thing that I've ever done, where I'm just using the filters on the camera, and I say what the hell is beauty mode? And then I flip it to the smoothing agents of the filtering, and I say, oh damn, okay. Jessica Alba used it, all these celebrities used it, and Shaq used it, my voice.
Awesome.
So
Wow.
yeah, Kia just paid me an undisclosed amount of money to use my voice.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Damn, dude. That's
How would
sick.
how would you describe your humor to the people who don't know you?
I mean, it comes in different waves, I like to be edgy. I mean, that's kind of how I started out, and some people might hop on the fandom at clean cut stuff or just silly stuff, but I don't know. It's kind of like with having ADHD. You ever notice you say the wrong thing all the time, and you say something before you even think about it, and then you kind of feel bad if it hurts someone's feelings. So that's what it's I'll make a joke, and while everybody else is laughing, the one person that's that's not funny, I'm really sorry. I didn't,
And fuck that person.
I'm
bro.
sorry.
That's okay though. I mean, especially when you're raised on your origins are on stand up, where stand up comedians can be some of the ruthless, funniest people you'll ever meet. You mean a funeral home, and then they're still busting jokes that they want to bang your sister or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's it's funny to have that kind of backbone in this day and age too, because some of your stuff is edgy. We were laughing. We were watching a bunch of them earlier. You're not afraid to tackle race. You're not afraid to tackle toxic femininity. You're not afraid to tackle a lot of topics that a lot of people may shy away from.
Well, have you ever noticed those people that are whoa, guys, we really got to respect women, and that dude always ends up being a fucking monster. I'm that dude is not good news right there.
Yeah.
Seems guilty.
Yeah, and then he always is.
Yeah.
It's if he's trying too hard, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of those things.
Yeah. When I see it, if, he starts spewing that, I'm hey, bro, I really hope she sees this, and I hope she gives you a sliver of pussy, because
That's probably all you're going to get.
Yeah.
Now, are you dating anyone right now?
No.
So that TikTok is an old TikTok? Or
Which
is that
one?
just the one you said that you have a man-hating girlfriend.
Oh, those are just the kind of girls that I'm into. Yeah.
So who's your perfect type?
Probably
The ones that hate men.
a little bit, maybe.
You like to get roughed around a little bit.
Yeah, so the last girl that I dated,
Pegging is on the table?
Pegging is absolutely off the table.
Let me take it off real quick.
Garth Brooks. The last girl I dated put it perfectly. She said, because I'm a really sweet guy in relationships. I like taking care of the girl I'm with. I like lifting her heavy things. I like I like fixing her stuff. I like being the one that gets to get up and get her things so she doesn't have to get out of bed. And then just let me raw dog you whenever I want to. But she said, I like it. I like when guys are really sweet, but like I like them when they have a little bite to them, and I'm like, oh, that is me in perfect explanation.
I once had a girlfriend tell me that only reason she gets into fights with me is because she likes it when guys are mad at her.
Sounds like she should call her dad.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever dated a girl that had a father.
Well,
See, the daddy issue ones, I think are fine. They're always like, they make it. It's the ones that have mommy issues that are not going to be okay.
I've never been down that route before.
no comment.
So no.
No comment.
I once had an ex-girlfriend rip all the cabinets out of my kitchen because she was looking for her keys.
I once had an ex that was very toxic and liked to get into arguments because she liked the makeup sex.
She's low-key watching right now, probably.
I dated a girl that wouldn't let me wear sunglasses in public places.
Because she feared you would check out other girls.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jesus
Talk
Christ.
about insecurity.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Man. So you like the rough stuff?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah.
Now, another fun aspect about your career and your art, you're very great at cosplay.
Yes.
Your cosplay's come a really long way, too. I'm looking at some of the photos here, and can you tell us a little bit about how you got started in cosplay and where it's taken to you now?
I've always been a nerd, and I've always been like really into comic books and sci-fi and fantasy and just that whole side of things. And is there a problem, Ermi? Oh, we're good. Okay.
You can pull it up on his thing on his TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Are we pulling it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always been into like the whole like comic book thing, and I've liked making stuff. I'm really good with power tools and building things and crafting things, and it kind of evolved. If you notice, like there's one character that I'm always playing, and that's Jason Todd, Red Hood, and it just like started out very simple, and then it just kept on getting more complex and added to over the years, and yeah,
and you do all this yourself.
I
You
do.
create all the headpieces.
Yeah,
and
I can't sew to save my life, but I have like the things 3D printed raw, and then I have a whole montage of how I create it, and it's so much sanding and bondoing and painting and filling and like getting it to be like that smooth and shiny kind of metallic look.
Yeah, you did some great work on it, man. Now, what drove you to this character specifically?
There's no other character I identify with more with than Jason Todd or Deadpool. I mean, if we're Marvel DCing.
Yeah, you're a very much Marvel Jesus.
Yeah. But so Jason Todd, I like, how he's kind of like he's Batman, but he'll like actually kill someone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
He's
It's like he doesn't want to, but like he will because he knows how to get things done.
And you do it so great too, man. I've seen you throughout the years evolve in it too. You've really come a long way on it. Are we able to pull up his TikTok here, Jay?
We got the TikTok. We just don't have the image.
Oh, huh. We'll pull it up. Hold tight, folks. Also, for anyone tuning in right now, leave us a comment. Drop us a line. Leave us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. I see we got some people on board right now. Thanks for tuning in to Hawk Wins, guys.
Did anyone leave a comment on the live channel?
Not yet. So if you guys got some comments, if you got any questions for Mark too, please ask away on the comment section. If you got a question for me or Jay, let us know.
So, Marky Mark. Is that from Mark Wahlberg?
Mark Wahlberg? Yes and no. I mean, you were going to call me by my legal name. We could say it. Like, my name's the most boring name ever in real life. It's Mark Johnson. And I feel like there's like 8,000 Mark Johnsons. Everyone automatically assumes I'm a black guy. And like M-A-R-C instead of K. And it's just like it's not a very like notable name. So I needed something when I was like an online content creator just to go off of. And my grandma's last name, my great grandma's last name was Marx, and so I just changed it to that. Also, like the Marx brothers are a big influence on me, so I kind of went with that. And then Mark Wahlberg too. Same guy in every movie. Guys, I think we found a transformer. Oh, hey, what's up? Okay, cool. Say hi to your mother for me.
Guy from New England.
Yeah, I'm thinking about changing it again to like a different name, another family name.
What would it be?
Mark de Sabado. That's
exotic.
It's my mom's maiden name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Mark Johnson is like, when I was a kid, if we got in trouble with the cops at all, they would take all our names down and they would get to me, Keegan MacArthur, Anthony Klubzarek, George Gavitt, and then he would be like, "What's your name?" And I would be like, "Mark Johnson," and he'd be like, "Don't lie to me. That's a fake name." And he's like, "Where do you live?" And this was my God's honest address. I don't live there anymore, just so you know. But he was like, "What's your address?" And I was like, 246 Center Road.
That's made up for sure. That's real though.
Yes.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't live there anymore, but.
Yeah, that totally.
That's
fake.
like when girls are like, "Oh, I'm gonna Google you to see like what." I'm like, "Good luck. My name's Mark Johnson."
Yeah, once you filter through all the attorneys in Ohio with that name, that's cool though. I like the other one. Oh, we got your TikToks pulled up here.
It's a giant sausage fest.
You want to
in here.
explain what's happening over here, young man?
Whoa! Mark, this is not a sausage party.
What, on this one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Halloweener party.
That didn't get a lot of views. I noticed. I think it's because I use it from another.
Yeah, this is so much fun. Everyone, thanks for coming to my Halloween party.
Pull up. Do you have a picture of your new Deadpool on here?
I don't
Hey, what's
have
wrong,
it.
Mark? This party sucks,
think
dude.
it's on
Look
my
around. It's a
Instagram.
giant sausage fest in here. Oh, whoa,
Yeah, you very
whoa.
much have the same manner.
Mark, this is not a sausage
When I
party.
asked you to be on the show, you're like, "Can I say fuck?"
Hey, can all of you stop
Yeah. I'm
gatekeeping
just
books
wondering-
like I
I'm just
don't
wondering,
read them
like,
just because
so
I
how-
listen to
I'm
them
just
on
wondering how
tape?
far I could
You
push.
can't.
Could
tape.
I say
What am
if I wanted to? Could I say the N-word?
Negative. Negative.
No, I'm saying like would we get in trouble? Like not you guys, but like not just me, but like
You'd probably get
FCC,
canceled.
FCC.
We just don't even want to bring them into this. You know what I mean?
What do you mean them?
Legally.
The FCC won't let
You
me
can say whatever you want.
Okay. All right.
Let
Okay.
me be me.
Next
And we
question.
can't stop you.
Next question. What if I pulled my dick out?
For sure we we got kicked off for playing a Frank Sinatra tune one time.
What? Because of copyright or
Copyrighted
Well,
material, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think his dick's copywritten though.
it is.
Your dick is not.
Yeah, OnlyFans owns it right now.
You on OnlyFans?
Yeah, I am.
Are
Yeah,
you?
Yeah.
You make good money on
I-
OnlyFans?
as much like, not as much as any girl, any regular girl.
Well, duh.
I mean, like, what kind of content you putting out there?
Pictures of my dick. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I had to. That one girl that I said that, I matched with her on a dating site. Never was in the same room as her. Never. She lived like in a different state. Like never even like had an actual phone conversation. Never said a single bad thing to this girl. And she posted me on Are We Dating the Same Guy? And was like, and was like, oh my God, this dude sent me so many dick pics, and I was like, she asked me for the dick pics, like she like coerced me into this whole thing. So then I just released our entire chat log, and I was like, dude, look how horrible this girl is, and all the shit that she baited me into.
Jeez.
So I had to make an OnlyFans, and my OnlyFans says, hey, here's all the dick pics that stupid bitch asked me for.
Oh my
Well, now you're profiting off it, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
What's the market for that? Like, what kind of girls are subscribing to your OnlyFans?
I mean,
is it like older men?
I don't know. There's. I guess I could go farther with it. Probably. You know, like I'm sure. Like I could do like private videos. My friend does private videos, and she'll like stick a carrot up her ass or some shit if a guy pays for it enough. But
What's her OnlyFans tag?
I'll give it to you. I don't know if she wants me to say it.
for
Like,
advertising
She's
online.
got enough. Yeah. Anaphylaxis. Anaphylaxis 69.
Because you would make a really great step, bro.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm more of like a daddy dom, but like also like the step bro edginess.
Are you into like the Eiffel Towering and shit?
No, there's got to be an even ratio.
Mm,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Any weird kinks?
A breeding kink.
Breeding?
Yeah, but like, but just a kink, you know? Isn't that weird?
Wait, so you hang on. Just explain yourself.
Like I I say it like
For those of us who have innocent minds, what is breeding kink?
it's like beg me to get you pregnant, but like don't actually get pregnant.
Oh, I think I had one of those too. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not kidding. I might. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's pretty much like no bathroom stuff, no blood stuff, no like being humiliated or like extreme pain, and
You don't like getting spat on?
no pegging, absolutely no pegging. Everything else, like we could go places, like we can try and find a happy medium.
But when you drop that Garth Brooks safety line,
You got to have the safety word. I'm a big fan of consent. Consent is sexy.
consent is sexy, and a good safety word is sexy too.
It's got to be no, it can't be sexy. It's got to be silly.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And it's got to be out of the ordinary. Something that's not in the bedroom. Hopefully Garth Brooks is not in your bedroom.
All right, everybody, go down the line and tell me your safety word.
Garth Brooks.
Pineapple.
That's everyone's.
That's what I had in my mind too. And
That's what you were gonna say too, right?
I never have a pineapple in my bed when I'm
Dragon fruit.
dragon fruit. Imagine dragging this fruit on your face. No, I don't know.
Dragging these nuts across your face.
Sheesh. I opened a dragon fruit the other day. It's a beautiful fruit, but it doesn't taste like anything.
Dragon fruit?
Dragon fruit.
I feel like it doesn't taste like dry, kind of like what's
It's like
grapefruit almost.
It's
right?
it's like it's moist. It's like a melon type, but
Yeah.
it's got little like
Little black seeds.
little
in the
seeds,
middle.
like chia seeds. So it's kind of like it's a consistency thing. You
Okay.
know? It's a weird fruit.
Yeah.
That's a good safety word though. I like that.
Dragon fruit?
Dragon fruit.
Dragon fruit. No, not the peg. That's too many thumbs. Stop it. Anyways.
Lover's Lane, if you're looking for a sponsorship.
Fleshlight. You guys get Fleshlight. Reach out to Blue Chew, dude. They always want people to.
Dude,
Yeah?
they're
Yeah,
fucking
shit,
sponsoring everyone and their mamas, bro.
Yeah, that's what
Blue
I'm
Chew.
seeing. So what is Blue Chew exactly?
It's like generic Viagra, I think.
but it's gum?
Yeah.
It's
It's
cheaper.
like a chewable thing. You just chew it.
Huh. And it just gives you a boner?
Yeah, I think like 2 to 4 hours.
Damn.
Yeah.
Through gum?
I know it's like a chew. It's like a tablet, like a vitamin, like a chewable vitamin, almost. Yeah. I had I don't want to date anymore because I had a really bad breakup with this girl, and girls just go straight for the dick when you break up with them. It's like it's too small. You don't get up enough. You don't. You can't make me come. And like this one girl was like, every time you gave me an orgasm, I faked it. And I was like,
Ouch.
okay, well, that was a waste of time because at no point did I really give you a shit if I gave you an orgasm or not. You're on 8 antidepressants. I can't make you come. You can't make you come. And I remember I was going through some like major health problems before. I probably weighed like 90 pounds. My thyroid was like hyperactive, like both over medicated, under medicated, and my testosterone was like being lowered because of it. And so like I got a bunch of like these Viagra, and did you know that shit's like $275 for 5 pills?
Really?
Fucked
Yeah,
up.
isn't that fucked up?
Really?
Yeah.
That much?
So try Blue Chew.
You ever tried a gas
All of the
station?
erection, half the price.
Gas station boner pills?
No, those
I did
scared
that
me.
before.
Yeah.
I did that. Yes, too stupid in
so-
life. But it was bigger though. It was bigger that night.
I was gonna say, hold on. What was that like? Gas station boner pill. How long did it last? First of all,
Well, like I was at a party. I was really young, and I was like a young kid. I wasn't getting any. I was still living at home. I think I was in high school, but I bought a gas station boner pill.
just walking around with a boner all day. Sorry,
Well,
guys.
no, I waited till I got home, and then I was like on my way home, and I was in the car with my friends. Like, I think I'll like eat it now, And then I just had to like jerk it. Dog, it was like 1.5 inches bigger, and like for a high school kid, you're like, whoa, I'm fucking. Here I come, Magnum condoms. Meanwhile, my condoms are fitting like sweatpants. Like, goes right to a kid's head. Right to the head.
God.
I ended up getting some because I wanted to like make my girlfriend feel loved, and so I got them, but then I ended up figuring out like the medication like kind of like curved, and like my thyroid became perfect, and my testosterone went back up, so I didn't end up needing them, but I had all these Viagra. I'm like, she's got a birthday coming up. You know, I want to do something special for her. And don't ever tell your girlfriend that you have Viagra. Don't ever tell them that you have a Viagra prescription. Don't tell them that you're about to take a Viagra. You hide that bottle. You kill anyone that finds out because they do not take it the way you think. They're like,
they're telling everyone.
Yeah, no, but they're mad about it. They're like, you shouldn't need a pill to love me, and you shouldn't need a pill to like feel sexual towards me. And I'm like, you're on 8 antidepressants. You need to take a pill today to make sure you don't ruin Christmas this year.
Your coochie has lost sensitivity.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Man.
Why do girls always think it's about them? Just kidding.
Well, there comes a time in a young couple's life. I don't know, dude. We always talk about foreplay on the show. We've talked about that.
Foreplay is important.
It is important. You know? But communication in the bedroom is important. You know what I mean? Because if she's saying at the end of it, oh, you never made me come, but it's like, did you ever like tell me to do something more, or like, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just tell them I'm a dog, but I'm a dog. You know what I mean?
You got to see, like, that's the thing is like sometimes I know when it's about to happen, but sometimes I'm like, I'm not lasting that long. I'm not getting through this. With like, this is gonna be over real quick. So the foreplay is important. So you got to do that. You got to take care of that first, and you know, then suddenly you prematurely busting doesn't seem so.
Yeah,
it seems so short.
Foreplay is mostly for her.
Yeah.
Oh man. So before we get too carried away here, let's get back to the comedy. When you got started in comedy, what was your dream? Who were your inspirations?
Jim Jeffries. Robin Williams, I think, was the first stand-up show that I saw live on Broadway where I was like, I like this. I could do this.
Talk about someone with ADHD that harness that energy.
Right. Yeah. And that's my problem with ADHD. It's like it's made me like not amazing at anything, just like kind of good at everything.
But that's a good thing though. It's better to be interested in a lot of different things than like some may argue, you know, a jack of all trades, master of some, still better than a master of none.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
But you know, what are some of your hobbies that you get into with ADHD?
Like computer stuff, video games, golf. I got really into golf for a little bit. I keep waiting to get tired of golf, and it just doesn't happen. Yeah. So
Are you good at it?
I am. Yeah. I mean, like as good as someone that's only been playing for 2 years. Sometimes I really suck at it, and I hate myself, and I want to off myself on the way home every.
So you couldn't go one-on-one with Tiger Woods?
No. But not even his son. His son's pretty good too.
Who's that one golfer?
His ex-wife's got a swing too.
You think John Daly?
There you go. How'd you know I was about to say it?
Because he's the man. If you ask me who I want to go golfing with, like fuck Tiger Woods, dude. John Daly,
I was gonna say like if you want to go golfing with anybody, it's gonna be that guy. It's gonna be like, give me a fucking cigarette and some fucking Diet Coke, and we'll be fucking.
Have you ever seen the video of them asking Tiger Woods what he does, like, and then John Daly like next to each other? They asked Tiger Woods like, "What's your like daily routine?" And he's like, "Well, I'll get up around 6 a.m. and run a mile, and then like I'll go play at 18, and then I'll come back, run another mile, work on my short game, work on my putting, and then I'll go and play in the tournaments." And John Daly's like, "I don't know, I'll get to like the course like about half hour before I go, hit balls for 20-30 minutes, and then, you know, smoke like 4 or 5 cigarettes and a couple of Diet Cokes, and I'm ready to play."
He drinks Diet Cokes and no water.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
He's all like, I hate water.
Like, what?
Bro, yeah.
Dude.
That man's blood is fucking thicker than fucking, I don't even know, man.
His tongue is probably like sandpaper, you know?
Shit, man.
Probably strike a match off of it. That's good. That's a good hobby to get into, though. You know, especially as a comedian too. You got to, you know, find some sort of like center of gravity.
Yeah,
you know?
That'd be a cool podcast. Like rig up cameras on a golf cart and
that would be kind of like comedians in cars getting coffee.
Yeah,
Is
comedians
golfing,
on carts getting.
is golfing
caddied.
like a white people sport?
No, I mean like not for where I go. Like everyone's like, oh, you're being an old white man. It's like black dudes love golf. I've noticed that. And
Tiger Woods doesn't count.
Those courses are always like the best. Like I can't get into a country club.
Right.
So
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's definitely expanded. It used to be, I guess, I think the stereotype around it is a honky sport, you know, because you got to have like the goofy pants and all that.
It used to be. It used to be like
Yeah.
a pretty select gentleman's game, quote unquote.
I used to only sell weed to golf players because I could upsell them.
Yeah. You knew they had mommy and daddy's money to pay
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, it's $80 for an eighth. Yep, exactly. I'm giving you the front price. I got you, homie.
Oh man. Yeah, golf's an interesting game. It's not everyone though. It's hard to do. I suck at golf, dude. I'm really good at my short game, phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm a really good short game because my brother used to work at Hollywood Park over in Crestwood, Illinois.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he used to get me on the course all the time. I used to take dates there all the time. It was
Yeah.
great. Short game, phenomenal. Making contact with a driver,
Yeah.
cannot do it. To
Were
save
you a
my
baseball
life.
player?
Baseball and hockey.
Oh, so you should be good then.
I should be good,
Yeah,
dog. But
you're
I'm
not looking at the ball.
No, I'm not. And I don't know. I think I like to use my sporting equipment like a caveman uses a club,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, you
not like a
can't-
golf club.
You can't kill it. You gotta smooth hit it like you don't care where it's gonna go and keep it.
Right.
Yeah.
But
You
I'm
take
just
one
like-
lesson. You take one lesson. Like that's what I did, and like someone just dialed something in, and
Yeah.
it clicked for me. So I mean I used to think it was so boring and easy, and just like I wouldn't like it, and I was like a skateboarder and did all that shit, and now I can't. My back like hurts after 5 minutes of skating. So
Yeah. I don't think I can handle the self-loathing, you know, the self-loathing
of golf.
golf.
Yeah. You don't keep score. What about frisbee golf? You could do frisbee golf.
Frolfing's good.
Can you
Frolfing's
throw up,
good.
yeah. Do you smoke weed?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you
Oh, yeah.
lying to like make yourself seem cooler on air,
No.
or like do you like?
I'm an avid smoker.
Okay, all right. So I mean, like I feel like you have to smoke weed to play frisbee golf.
Right. And it's probably frowned upon on a golf course, right?
No, it's not frowned upon anywhere. No, you can smoke as much weed as you want out. You know.
It's legal now, sir.
Yeah.
I guess so. I
Yeah.
guess so.
Yeah, my girlfriend says my short game is pretty good too.
But
do you guys remember when weed was illegal?
Duh.
yeah.
You know, like as comedians, like we can't get on stage. We're like, you guys like smoking weed? Like,
I used to wait till my parents went to sleep at like 2 a.m. to take like a 2-mile walk in the middle of the night to pick up like a gram of weed from my drug dealer.
yeah.
I miss the weirdness of picking up weed when it was illegal. Like going to a weed dispensary now, it's like walking into an Apple store.
Yeah.
And it's very weird. And I still am never like comfortable in there because I'm like, this is too just like robotic for me.
Yeah.
Like I really miss the day going back to somebody's like sketchy apartment or like picking someone up on a corner or something. My weed dealer always had you know those like webbed toe shoes.
Yeah.
they're like Sea-Doo like webbed. He would always wear those, and then he would like put them up on my dashboard and talk about them while we like drove around the block. And I'm like, this is so odd, and I miss that like kind of weird aspect of the person being like a troll.
Do you remember when you had to like go 2 hours away to like Charleston or Champaign, Illinois to a head shop just to get like, and you couldn't say bong in like the head shops. You had to call it a water pipe.
A water pipe, yeah.
But now you can like legally buy a crack pipe like next to the boner pills at the fucking gas station down the street. So
It's so open
crazy,
now. It's
man.
wild how open it is
Yeah.
now. It's really crazy.
the rappers can't talk about it anymore, and
Right.
it used to be like this gangster thing, and now it's just, you know, soccer moms are smoking weed.
Wiz Khalifa used to be cool.
Yeah.
Right.
You guys remember the different types of drug dealers you guys used to have? There would be like the paranoid person where like you couldn't fucking do anything. You just had to like go into a little corner and wait for him. And then there'd be like that other drug dealer that you'd have to go over to his house and like talk to him for like 30 minutes in order to get like a gram of weed and shit.
And he wants to tell you his whole life story. And you're like, I'm just trying to get.
And you had the other drug dealer that would try to rip you off and say that his weed was way better than everyone's, but it turned out to be like the most bunkiest.
Mhm. You're getting that. What do they call it? What's the not shake, but
Swag.
swag. Getting the
That
swag
brick weed.
bag.
Yeah. The 30s.
Like, does this taste like oregano to you?
Yep. This definitely tastes like it's been in someone's asshole.
A prison purse. Garth Brooks.
I haven't smoked weed probably in like so long, because it's when I was like in high school, loved it, did wonders for me. I would be able to go to school, get through class, do it, and then like in my 20s. I started to get like that. I can't walk around the mall without that person definitely knows I'm stoned, or this person at the movie theater definitely knows I'm stoned. And like the paranoid setting felt in, but like then it eventually stopped at it just robs my ambition, and it makes me like lethargic, and it makes me like not able to think and focus, and just I don't understand how comedians could go on stage and make people laugh when they're high.
Right. I tried it once or twice, and I was like, just to like cool the nerves.
Yeah.
But then you're up there and you're like, fuck, everyone's looking at me
Yeah.
now. And you get a little wrapped up in your head, I've come to realize that I kind of prefer sometimes to perform completely stone cold sober.
Yeah.
Use those nerves to your advantage, Like Jerry Seinfeld said it best. He's like, if it doesn't make you nervous anymore, then like don't do it. You always got to have that kind of like tickle in your belly, and when you're able to like control that beast and push it forward, some magical shit can happen. And but it's interesting because so many people, with such great talent, they get wrapped up in that culture, and then Farley's and Belushi types, and it's like it's a beautiful thing when they can see the humor within themselves, and know they don't need all that shit without it, with it. It's an interesting thing, and it's a sobering thing too. I've seen it firsthand with folks, and like it's cool to have that recognition of like, I don't need this anymore. This is cool. I need to be clear-minded when I'm taking on the bull.
I'm the complete opposite. So like before performing, my brain will be like boom, 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 boom. Like, am I good enough for this? Should I be doing that? Should I perform this way or that way? And then I smoke like a joint. And all that like nervousness is just like, all right, whatever. You've practiced this a million times. Just do it how you practice. Yeah, right. It calms me down when I'm about to perform. It makes me, for me personally, it makes me perform a lot better. Otherwise, like I'm on stage and I'm like trying to think of like, what note should I play? Am I doing this right? Should I move this way? Should I move that way? But then when I'm like smoking and I'm high as shit, I just don't give a fuck about all that. I'm like, all right, cool. I know this song. I know how to perform it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just different for everyone,
Yeah.
I feel like if you can control like and not like get like blackout, absolutely piss wasted, like a shot for the nerves. Like I feel like if you can harness that power, that's always like a good thing.
Yeah, for me, drinking is completely the other opposite.
Well, you can't stop. You just got to keep going.
I'll have so if I drink before going on stage, pretty much I want to continue to drink, so I just don't drink until after I finish, because then I'll be like, all right, like now I can.
Yeah.
I have some discipline. But yeah, like I've played shows where I've opened up for like some really cool bands, and I got blackout drunk, and the show just fucking went to shit. Like all the practice we put into and shit, it was just like, oh fuck. And the next day you wake up like hungover as shit, and you got your bandmates telling you that like you fucked up, and it's like, fuck man, like I shouldn't have done that. So
right,
you kind of learn to like kind of like cut it, like tame it a little bit.
Right. Anxiety is a thing.
What instrument do you play?
I play guitar.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
When you play guitar, you have all these little like things that you have to like worry about, and then if you're like drunk as fuck, it's like you don't notice none of that.
So I play bass, and nobody notices when I fuck up.
Oh,
so yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you're like blackout drunk playing on stage, you'll fuck up to the point where like people will notice, and you're like falling and like fumbling, and it's like, I had a good like 5-6 years of doing that before like I was all like, well, I put way too much work into like this art. Why would I want to fuck it up on stage type of shit,
Totally right.
But I do smoke every time before I perform. That helps me with my nerves, for me at least.
Yeah. Mark, can you tell us a little bit about your music endeavors? You play bass, or I see you posting all the time. You're playing music. Are you in a band or anything?
I was. It's pretty. I have a drummer. I was in a band, pop punk band, and we opened up for Escape the Fate. That was probably.
Dude, I love those guys.
Yeah, that was like our only show. Ronnie Radke wasn't in it.
It was that. Well,
it wasn't. Yeah.
That was like
Yeah. So that was like our claim to before we broke up, and then I started another band with the same drummer, and me and him are still friends to this day, and we're have talked about forming another band after we formed the second band, and our guitar player got pregnant. Well, he got a girl pregnant. He took the breeding kink a little too far, and so he became a dad, and it's hard when you just have a bass and a drummer. Like if you don't have a guitar player that wants to play pop punk or emo or any of that shit.
And that's probably your favorite genres then too. It comes off in your videos as well.
I really like Sublime, like that type of reggae kind of like it's like a mixture of like punk and hip hop and reggae.
Yeah, they were at Radfest this
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you there?
I was there for that.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
What was your favorite Sublime song that they played that day?
My favorite Sublime song is April 26th, 1992. And on their Robin the Hood album, he says April 29th, 1992. And then on the self-titled album, the big one, he says April 26th, 1992. So I was like, what's his kid gonna say? And his kid was like April 28th, 1992. So I was like, he's right in the all right.
Yo,
he's not gonna solve this for us. All right. But yeah, I love that song. My go-to karaoke song is Wrong Way.
Mine is Toxic by Britney Spears.
Okay. Yeah.
You see Gore?
Yeah.
Are you a Gore fan?
You see them every year. They got the big stage this year.
Yeah.
I always see them at the littler stage. But yeah, the exploding dicks, and like I hate Taylor Swift, so like having her on stage and cutting her head off was pretty cool.
Yeah. Take that, Swifties.
Yeah. I don't like billionaires.
Yeah. That's why they all sunk in a submarine.
Yeah.
You think that was an inside job?
What?
The billionaires sinking in a submarine? You think they're just dumb?
No. I think they are just dumb. Like, I don't know. I mean, did you see that one billionaire, like, got to walk in space?
Yeah.
Do you think Taylor Swift is a play?
Do I think she's like an industry plant? My best friend loves Taylor Swift. He respects her. He thinks she's hot. I do not think she's hot.
I was thinking this the other day. She's cute. She's beautiful, but she's more cute than she is hot.
Yeah.
You know?
Like Sydney Sweeney is hot.
Hot.
Yeah, super hot.
The W.
Yeah, but
HAWT.
I don't think she's like a self-made billionaire. She comes from like 5 generations of like bank presidents.
Taylor
like
Swift.
her dad definitely was Holden.
And the whole political thing that she's like jumping on now, I understand like why she like spoke up, which I think it's a great thing. But at the same time, I'm also just like, yo, you're a billionaire. Like, why are you telling common people, who are paying way too much for things?
Yeah.
Like you have 2 private jets that you fly around.
Yeah.
You're a part of the fossil fuel problem. It's not us.
Yeah.
She's like, we can stop poverty, but you guys just stop being poor.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a weird. And I was reading this thing. I don't know if y'all want to dive into this.
Is it a conspiracy theory?
It is.
I like conspiracy theories.
I don't want to get.
do.
It's a little political. I don't want to get too political.
The Jews are controlling the weather, right?
Yeah, fuck JP Morgan. I'm kidding.
That goes without saying. There you go.
Yeah.
No, the theory is that a lot of this is a weird theory that Donald Trump is running for president to kind of get back at capitalism gains in the US and like big corporations, and he had this like fallout with the NFL, and they're saying that the NFL was like very like anti-Trump, and like he was trying to like get back at that because they pretty much own most of the media, you know what I mean? It was something along those lines. And then they were saying that like with Taylor Swift going into the NFL, it was kind of in a way poking the bear.
Yeah.
And heightening awareness and more viewership around the NFL. I mean, like there were so many women that were like, I'm a Chiefs fan now.
Yeah.
Are they going to show Taylor yet?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that's crazy.
But that's the conspiracy that he's kind of like.
Well, DraftKings
Got
would
it
let you
for
bet
him.
on how many times Taylor Swift was on the Super Bowl, like
Really?
big screen. Yeah,
Jesus.
millions of dollars were being exchanged.
Oh
in
god.
that moment,
I'm telling you, bro. Industry plant, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't necessarily know. I think she has like talent, but like somebody like made a meme that said about her like political views. Like, do you think like a woman whose all her songs are about her choices, like her wrong choices in men, should be deciding the fate of the United States?
Right.
But I there's also another conspiracy theory that the NFL is scripted.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you read the thing about the magnetic gloves too?
No. Did you see the
It's a
playback
part-
of like the one guy that was like going to tackle the guy, but but then it says like tackle wasn't in the script, so he like just like
He's like, what am I doing here? Oh, I fell. Yeah, no, I read into that too. I could believe it, dude.
Yeah.
I can totally believe it for a couple of reasons. Well, what the magnet hands was a weird thing. It was a part of that where they say that inside of the gloves that these guys have, there are like little magnets that can be like electrified, you know, and they're saying that in the ball there's like parts of it that can get like caught onto the glove easier.
Yeah.
So they can like make or break plays like in midair for the thing to stick to the ball.
Yeah.
That one's a little far fetched,
I mean,
but
not for the Patriots. I mean, that might be like a Patriots thing, but
right with the deflated balls.
Yeah.
and
I was gonna
easier-
say, I was gonna bring that up next.
But it was, parts of that can be tainted. But the scripted thing is an interesting theory, and I have this theory, and I've said this to a lot of people, and they think I'm fucking nuts. But like, it kind of makes perfect sense. A lot of major sporting teams will win championships when they need to stimulate the economy of that city. Obama was in office. Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup 3 times. Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
And then Joe Biden got in office.
Joe Biden gets in
God
office.
damn it.
And I don't know where Joe Biden's from, but like Florida goes through like a hurricane. All these Florida teams start winning the Stanley Cup.
But see, the
Tom
Boston,
Brady's going
the
to-
Boston bombing happened. The Blackhawks won. They were playing against Boston in the Cup.
True,
So-
true. But that still stimulates an economy, though.
Okay,
when you have
when you have them
opposing
playing. Yeah,
teams, yeah,
okay.
two different teams,
Yeah.
on either side, whether they win or not. You know, a lot of people are going to the bars to watch the games, and restaurants are packed. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, in that sense, I totally think that it could be scripted.
Yeah.
You know, what do you guys think?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really like sports to begin with, or just watching sports. I like baseball. I like hockey, but I'm not the biggest football fan.
It gets repetitive. It's like it's never really changing. you
Yeah.
know? Oh, is this still? They're still trying to get the biscuit in the basket.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you own a sports team like Mark Cuban?
Fuck yeah.
Which one would you own? Blackhawks?
I don't a hockey team of some sort.
Yeah.
But it's hard though. It's a big industry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're the guy. You're the target when you're a losing team. You know what I mean?
If you
Imagine being
were-
the owner of the White Sox right now.
Dude.
Dog, they
Still a millionaire, you know, or still
Oh,
making
sure. Yeah,
Benjamins.
but-
you know?
It's like I can't hear you. I have money in my ears. But no, dude, the White Sox lost the game. If they would have lost the game yesterday, they would have had the longest or the biggest losing streak in Major League Baseball history. But because they won, they didn't achieve that goal quite yet. There are more games. I think there's a game tonight that if they lose tonight, they're like
the worst team.
they're the
yeah.
worst team.
Whoop, whoop.
But the fans were literally booing the team after they won at home. That's
Chicago.
That's Chicago. But that's hard though, to be like an owner of an organization in Chicago, or like a kicker, or like a goalie, or a quarterback for that matter.
Well, like when they won in 2005, was that 2005 or 2004?
White Sox,
2005.
2005.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like it takes a lot. They spent a lot of money to win that World Series. And like all the teams do, they're it's like winning a political campaign. They have to spend a lot of fucking money in order to get that team going and get it like the ability to win a championship. So
Do you mean like spending money as in paying off other teams, or like spending money as in like getting their team like prepared and like conditioned?
Getting players, getting coaches, getting the right condition, just everything that goes into it. So if I was gonna own a team, I would want to own the Dallas Cowboys. So I could be like, how come there's no male Cowboys cheerleaders? And we just get rid of the Dallas Cowgirls, you know, because it's 2024, and we call them the Dallas Cow People.
I don't know if that'll go over very well in Texas.
Yeah, in Austin.
Everyone's gonna get their guns.
In Austin, the blueberry and the tomato soup, it would go over.
Yeah.
For sure. Someone said that to me about Austin the other day, and I was like, that's a beautiful way to say it. It's the only blue spot in a red state.
Yeah.
So they say it's a blueberry and a tomato soup.
That's Chicago though too.
True.
You know, you go 45 minutes south of like where I am, and yeah, you're in Q country.
You're in the
Yeah, I
booze.
went
a lot of
to
Trump flags out there.
I went to a field trip like in 2015ish when I was in high school.
Oh my God.
5 hours. Yeah, 5 hours south of Illinois. There was I forgot what the fuck the little fucking suburb or whatever the fuck was called. But one of my teachers was all like, I suggest you guys not go outside while we go fill up for gas because they might start some shit because of, you know, they're pretty racist down here. And that was the first time I experienced like real racism.
Yeah.
Like
Middle
motherfuckers
America.
looking at you like, who the fuck is this guy?
Boy, you got a purty mouth.
Yeah, dude. Apparently the sundown rules or whatever, they're like real in like some states, bro.
Yeah, dog.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah. It's scary to see.
Do you have any Native American in you?
I do not.
Oh.
I'm mostly South American.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
I was gonna say you could pass for Native American and told him like this, like you stole this from me. This is my property,
Yeah.
Bubba.
I was here first, bitch.
Bitch. Yeah, I don't know. I'm all about standing up for myself, but not when I'm like 5 hours away from like my fucking city.
Yeah, five hours away from like the nearest police department.
Outnumbered by, and even the nearest police would probably be like on their side.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Right. It's scary how far, like decade-wise, back certain Middle America cities are. You know, we were just in a place out in Indiana, and they still had a payphone, dog.
Yeah.
There was a payphone out.
Yeah,
It
you
was
found
still
one.
fully operating. There was like, what was that other? There was like a shoe repair, and I was like, this is still like small town America. It's scary. It's a little scary.
Yeah, but like you also like you got to think like if there's a payphone and there's probably one in Chicago. There's probably one at the train
Payphones?
station. Yeah, I think there is.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen a payphone in Chicago for
Metro, like maybe the Metro train stations. I'll have to look because, yeah.
If any of our listeners out there can find us a payphone
Yeah.
in Chicago, we'd love to hear from
I'll
you.
pay you $1 here.
If
for
you
one
can find
payphone.
one, and we start a GoFundMe for some charity, I will find the payphone and I will lick the payphone.
There you go.
And then we'll get Carrot Top to call collect on.
Yeah.
It's on
Carrot
camera,
Top's
folks.
great.
It'd probably be like $100 on Cameo.
Times are rough.
Yeah.
Everyone on TikTok's gonna be like, "Who's this guy with orange hair?"
I like Carrot Top.
I love Carrot
yeah,
Top. I
yeah.
think what he does is brilliant.
Yeah, he was like the first, like he's probably like the only prop comic, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know anyone else besides Jeff Dunham that does puppetry stand up.
Would you consider ventriloquism even prop comedy then?
No, I'm puppetry.
Right.
Probably, yeah.
I think by definition.
But I mean, he does have a puppet, right?
Yeah, it's an object.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so like the
prop.
marionettes, that would be puppetry, or would it?
Well, it's all puppetry. I guess my divide. I guess what I'm asking is prop comedy compared to puppetry.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying like it's like you have. I think Gallagher probably might be prop comedy.
Gallagher was
right?
prop comedy for sure.
And then you have the Amazing Magician.
Mhm.
What was his name? Michael the Amazing Magician, or like
I don't know.
Jonathan, the Amazing Jonathan.
Oh, okay.
And he would
okay.
do like magic.
Mhm.
So you have all those.
But prop comedy's great though. I would pay good money to see Carrot Top in Vegas.
Yeah.
I think what he does is so
Oh yeah,
brilliant.
yeah.
It's so funny.
But he's like one of a kind because Gallagher isn't even Gallagher anymore.
I thought Gallagher was dead.
I thought he died like 20 years ago.
Is he?
Yeah.
What part of the Mandela effect are we in right now?
Well, the Mandela effect gets crazy because a lot of people, they just go down the rabbit hole with saying like, oh, our universe, when they turned on the super collider, it melted with another universe, and that's why it's like this, and some ladies are like, my husband isn't the same husband that he will like,
Right.
you know.
He still can't make me come.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gallagher died in 2022 at the age of
Oh.
76.
Okay. So I was supposed to open for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they me and Mike Stricker and Tim Brennan, we sold a bunch of tickets. Sold so many tickets for this show. And Gallagher was like, "Oh, well, actually we have our own openers. We don't want any other openers. So thanks for selling the tickets, you know."
What?
And like we weren't getting like any money or anything. So we just said like, "Yeah, Gallagher, like you're not coming." Like they canceled the show, and then they still had the show with all of us. And then somebody from WGN, like one of the reporters,
Pat
like,
Tomasulo?
yes, that was him. Yeah,
He's funny.
Yeah,
as
he
hell.
headlined.
He's so funny.
Yeah,
He's got that bit about woke people with like the people with the green and blue hair.
yeah.
Every time I hear it, I think it's so funny. He's so funny. Shout out to Mike Stricker and Tim Brennan.
Yeah.
though. Those guys are really cool.
Yeah, especially Tim. You know, he looks great. I don't know if you've seen him. He looks amazing.
Yeah.
He lost almost an entire like me.
Yeah.
And Mike Stricker is grinding, dude.
They're really doing it, man.
Yeah.
They're these guys are hustling.
Yeah.
They're booked. I was looking at I think it was Tim sharing that he's performed in what 49 out of the 50 states.
Yeah, I think he has like he's got one more. He's got Alaska to do, I think, and that's it. Alaska or Hawaii, either one.
Wow.
But yeah, Tim and Mike are both hustlers, dude. Not that funny, but like amazing. Like,
No, they were incredibly nice. I remember meeting them at Riddle's Comedy
Yeah.
Club when I was first getting into the game.
Yeah.
And they definitely gave me a lot of really great pointers.
you should definitely have both of them on the show, but like especially Tim, because he's a very talented guitar player. I've never seen a person shred like I've seen Tim.
I'll have to reach out to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd love to have you guys on the show if you're watching. Man, those guys are really cool. Do you got any special shout outs to anyone from who's made you Marky Marks who you are today?
Like famous?
Famous? Any mentors that you had? Any people who believed in you when no one else did?
Abe Lincoln. Definitely.
State.
Definitely an influence. I don't know. I mean, I can't say my mom. You know, I was raised by a single mother, and like she just is not a big fan of like living dreams. Like it's always like, no, you can't. You could never do that. That's not a career.
But you're doing it.
Yeah, I guess, dude. I still live in her basement, so I gotta follow her rules. Please, housing crash. Come on, let's go. But that's like the power of like the woke mob in today's age. If girls are like, you're such a loser, you still live at your mom's house. I'm like, wow, what a classist thing to say. It's pretty not progressive of you.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you not aware of the economy right now?
Oh, you're a sapiosexual? What are you like calling me stupid? Is that what?
You want me to go out and starve on the streets?
How ableist of you.
Yeah.
And they're like, how dare you use my own sorcery against me? So yeah, my mom is, awesome, raising 3 kids by herself. My best friend, who I work with, get to see him every day, and his family have been a big influence on me.
That's good, man. It's good. Because it's a hard industry to get into. You got to have some people in your corner that are going to push you into the right direction.
I used to date this girl that was like a casting like director and like an agent for like everything in Chicago.
Nice.
Like she like worked for like a casting agency and like a talent agency, and she in the beginning of our relationship, she told me how like the guy that she dated, like she gave him like an agent and everything, and like I never asked her for anything because I didn't want to.
You didn't want to fuck your way into Hollywood?
No, well, I would have done
you're
that.
so cute.
Yeah. No, I didn't want to like ask her for anything, or I should have took advantage.
I would have
of that
done it.
situation. She wouldn't ignore. But now she's got me blacklisted everywhere that I go. So yeah, can't.
Damn.
Damn.
That's why I'm not famous yet.
Just get a little drunk and call her back one day.
No.
No, why not?
Leave it in the past.
I only have two ex-girlfriends that I hate, and she's
She's one of them.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
What'd you do? I'm just kidding.
That's what she did. Well, that's good, man. Any comedic influences that you want to give a shout out to? We were talking about Jay Washington earlier.
Yeah,
I think,
Jay Washington. I mean, like that guy's like a hustler too. You know, he's
a busy dude.
Remember, it was like one day he was just at Riddles, and then the next he just went out to L.A. and he just keeps on keeping on. You know,
he was in Chirac, and I think that was maybe a springboard.
Yeah,
he jumped off. Into.
But yeah, Xavier Lamont. Love his comedy. Always makes me laugh. Him and Jim Flanagan are probably like the funniest people that I've ever like been in a room with. And shout out to Mojo's in Plainfield. That's one of my favorite mics. The Blazes that run it. KB Marion. She's hilarious. You're nodding at me like you want me to say you. So Jack, are you what?
He's like,
no, I'm struggling. No, man, I've always admired your work though. When we would go to Riddle's Comedy Club all the time and hit that open mic, you know, you're always very kind to me, and we were always that group was such a cool supportive group too. You know, a lot of us would help each other punch up lines and stuff like that. That was a cool. What is that? Comedians of the Round Table, they called them. Yeah. And we would meet up at Dandy Jack's.
Yeah.
That whole crew was really, really sweet. They were really able to kind of help us out a lot.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot from Jay Washington too.
Yeah.
You know, as far as like booking shows, just the ethics of a lot of stuff, how to properly run a show. You know, he taught me a lot. I really give that dude a lot of credit for a lot of us from the South Side getting into it. You know, and it's still pretty big too. South Side Chicago comedy is still pretty prevalent.
Yeah,
and still rocking and rolling today.
Yeah, I feel like especially like White Sox Park, like that whole it used to be like you go to a Sox game, you have to go home. There's like nothing to do. Like Wrigley, you know, you have so much to do around there. But I like how like the South Side's starting to get a little more places to go, places to be, and ways to get there.
Yeah, Pilsen's a thing now.
Pilsen is awesome.
Pilsen's
awesome.
awesome.
I have a photographer friend. Shout out Ashley, Ashley Summers, and she had a photography studio out there in Pilsen, and beautiful art. That's just what I think of when I think of Pilsen.
Pretty much, yeah. A lot of musicians, artists move over there. It's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Tacos and
A lot of
abuelas.
tacos. You want to get good Mexican food, you go to Pilsen or Little Village.
Have you guys ever had honey butter chicken?
Honey butter chicken,
It's
I
on the
believe
north
so.
side.
Yeah.
It's good, dude.
That's a
Just try
chain,
it.
right?
No, there's only well, there might be like another one, but there's only one I've ever been to.
Honey butter chicken. That
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah.
What is it? It's just honey. And
It's like
butter.
honey and butter.
Pretty
it's
spot
like
on.
it's like a really good chicken sandwich, and then the butter that they make is to die for. You gotta try. I'm trying to think of what else in oven grinders. Trying to think of all the Chicago like places that are.
You got a favorite Italian beef spot?
I mean Portillo's. You know, that's.
What about you, Jack Dwyer?
Yeah, I like Portillo's. I like Rosie's out in Oak Lawn.
Okay,
103rd and Cicero.
Yeah.
Shout out John at
Yeah.
Rosie's. No, that's a really great place. They got great gyros, great beef sandwiches. I like that. Al's Beef is pretty tight too. I like-
Al's, okay.
My mouth is
Yeah.
salivating,
Are there still
I'm
Al's
hungry.
Beefs around?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Al's Beefs are still
Okay.
around.
There's this place in Oak Lawn called Johnny's Beef. They sell Italian beefs, but then they also sell a cool little like like a lemon Italian ice type of thing.
Keep doing that with your hands.
Fucking lemon Italian ices, bitch. But it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool combination of like the savory of the Italian beef with like the sweetness of like the Italian ice. It's pretty
The
cool.
lemon, yeah.
It's in
that does
Oak
sound
Lawn.
good. We're at in Oak Lawn.
Oak Lawn. I think like just down like North Avenue or something like that.
Okay. Oak Lawn's a nice area. I really like Oak Lawn a lot.
Yeah.
But Yeah. Well, is there anything else you wanted to talk about on the
No,
show? Any
no,
other
those-
things we wanted to cover today?
He's all like, no, hurry up, bro.
No, I mean, like you remember you said like 2 hours, and it's like it flies by.
Goes by pretty quick,
Yeah.
right?
So can I let's see, can I draw something on the wall? Can I take something with me, or can I play the drum set?
Nay to all 3 of them.
Even the drum set?
Even the drum set.
I don't even think we have sticks up there. But no, man, sincerely, Mark, it's been fun, man. I'm glad that we were able to hang out and connect. And I know I was talking to you the other day with my partner Jasmine, trying to get some connections of us working together pretty soon. So hopefully we can keep this train rolling.
Yeah,
man.
get a Deadpool or Joker, Batman. I don't think I'm gonna be a good Batman next to you.
Oh, dude, I think you'd be a great Batman.
No, you're too tall, man. If it's
You'd
like
be a good Joker though too.
I would want to do the Joker more, and instead of like being Batman, because.
Well, come on over. We'll play dress ups.
Okay.
We'll play dress
Safe
up.
words, Garth Brooks.
Oh.
That's the word of the
Ding,
day,
ding,
kids.
ding, ding,
For the
ding.
3rd time, Garth Brooks.
What do you think you make a better one? Either a better Joker or a better Batman?
Me?
Yeah, both of you.
I like being Joker. I like just being fucking mad. It's super fun. That or like Mad Hatter, because there's like guidelines that you have to go through, but it's easier. You're a little more whimsical, I think. But Batman's super fun too. Batman's really fun.
Yeah.
What about you, bro? Better Joker or better Batman?
If I could like get one, did you know you can get surgery to be taller?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if I could
Trust me,
if
I looked into it, guys.
if I could be 6'4", I think I would be a good Batman. But
I'm Batman.
if I can get the money to go to Turkey, get my legs plated and stretched, you have to be in a walker for like 8 years after that.
After you get your turkey legs.
Have you ever seen? It's like a male Brazilian butt lift, dude. Like these guys are like physically disabled at the point of being 6 inches taller.
Well, what is it? Isn't it they just take their bottom bones and they
put a plate in it and they stretch it and like
Like on your knees or something, no?
no, on your shins and on your
Shins.
femurs. Your femur.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's probably painful, dude. It's not worth it. I would rather just get the shoes that make me taller.
Yeah.
You know.
Some platform boots
Yeah,
real quick.
that's why my Tinder profile says like I'm 6 foot.
With
On your
platform
back.
boots.
Huh? Yeah.
back.
I'm leaving the shoes on tonight, baby.
I'm 5'4" on a good day.
5'4"? Oh wow.
On a good day.
On a good day.
Depends how erect you're standing. Yep. I like that one.
Short king.
Yeah.
Short kings, right?
You know it.
I like that.
Napoleon was only 5'2", so.
Yeah.
Huh. So was Prince.
Prince was 5'2"?
Yeah.
Wow.
That motherfucker wore the fucking biggest boots in the fucking
it's
universe,
true.
bro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I like that saying that we're all the same. We're all the same height when
Lando.
we're horizontal.
Yeah.
When we're in bed, right? Waka waka.
You guys are 30 centimeters too? Just kidding.
You have a micro penis? I thought me and
I
him
thought
were
it-
the only people.
I thought I was the only one.
Oh man. Well, is there anything you fellas want to talk about before we wrap up the show?
Oh, we're not gonna continue to talk about micro penises.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess we can end on micro penises. Ladies are gonna get the wrong impression about us.
If you want to pay $9.99, you can go to my OnlyFans and you can see that I do not, in fact, have a micro penis.
You heard it here first,
There you go.
folks.
You
heard
want
it
the
here
truth? You gotta pay $9.99.
Let's meet the step bro.
At the step, bro. Do
Or
you ever
slide into his DMs for
do
free.
you ever get
$9.99.
women that get stuck in their
A lot of people get stuck in dryers around me.
Yeah.
Why did that ever become a fad?
I don't know. Like it's not plausible.
It's like you get,
Yeah.
and then it has to be your step bro too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Step
I mean,
bro.
no,
so
step
like,
bro.
when I first like saw it on like the Pornhub For You page, it's like sister fucks her blood relative brother. I'm like, this is disgusting. And then they added a step. I was like, all right, I feel a little bit better about this.
For
'Cause
some-
I get it. You know.
Like, I didn't really believe that they were blood related
Yeah.
to begin with,
Yeah.
but just the
Right.
description of
Yeah.
it.
Less Game of Thrones, more
Yeah.
clueless.
A little more touch me.
Yeah, but dude, I mean, think about it. If like, I don't know if you guys are a child of divorce, but if I like just all of a sudden had this hot girl living in my house with me, I'd feel like I can't do this.
Gee, step bro, wanna cuddle?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take all my clothes off. Step bro, why are you so erect?
You seem very well versed on the subject. So.
You study enough of these things.
Yeah.
Is that why you walk around with all the baby lubes sometimes? You're like, I can't wait to just wiggle someone out of a situation.
The
here.
baby oil.
Just in case you get invited to a party at Diddy's house.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that documentary. To
You guys
come out.
That's gonna be nuts.
I watched the Jared from Subway documentary.
Oh, dude.
Oh fuck, dude.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Holly Weird.
Yeah.
Holly Weird.
Yeah, the Vince McMahon one just came out.
That's gonna be,
Jesus.
oh, did it?
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch.
Yeah,
it.
I haven't
you're a
seen it
wrestling
yet,
fan,
but-
aren't you?
I like wrestling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like wrestling.
I mean, even the stuff they showed on air, like back in the day, bro, like he would have like women crawling on like the fucking ring and shit.
Yeah. Well, he had the like the dildos named after wrestlers. Like he had like I can't even remember like the names that they were saying. Like
How childish to like play with those as if they're toys, though. You know what I mean? Like, here's Brock Lesnar.
it's Cock Lesnar. That was the name. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Stone Cock Steve
Stone
Austin,
Cock.
just like in the wrestling rings, like
With a little vest.
yeah.
Instead of the rocket, the cock.
Oh my god.
Can you smell what the cock is cooking?
You know, I was reading this thing about how all this is kind of coming to light right now of like the abuse, the sexual abuse in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And when I heard it defined as this, it kind of made more sense to me as to why it's happening to so many people currently. People are coming forward about it for good reasons. You know what I mean? To call out bullshit. People didn't always have a voice back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, people didn't have Twitter. People didn't have Facebook. They weren't able to like say, hey, there's some weird shit going on in Hollywood. All these like young kids are going missing or like winding up like really messed up because of the abuse of older adults. And they identified it as a construct. The construct of abuse between the entertainment industry and dare I say pedophilia, dare I say abduction of people, human trafficking. So like the idea of it is that even with like Epstein Island and stuff like that, that construct had always been a thing, that people were getting abducted and going to an island and then being shipped out for sex trafficking and stuff like that. What they're saying is that it could have been a construct before Epstein even got to the island, because like regular millionaires don't just go by islands, you know what I mean? Unless if there is this thing, this kind of scheme, this construct that had already been established, and he was just kind of the face and the head of it at that time. Same could be said maybe for Diddy. I mean, look at Michael Jackson and all that he was accused of.
Do you want to know another conspiracy theory?
I'm not saying he took over the keys to the chocolate factory, but like I'm saying that like that has been a construct and people are coming forward about that construct.
Yeah. I don't think Michael Jackson abused any little kids.
Really?
Yes.
I like to think he. I want to wish he does.
Let me just explain this. I think he
us.
did some very inappropriate things with kids that like an adult shouldn't have done, like sleeping in a bed with a kid.
I was gonna say you did that,
but I think he was suffering from some type of age regression, and one of the doctors like came forward and they're like, yeah, his dad chemically castrated him, so he wasn't even like sexually like aroused. I feel like they chemically castrated him as a preteen in order to conserve his voice, and he was like just stuck in like this child's thing, and never like Corey Feldman and Macaulay Culkin, like two of the biggest, like there's pedophilia going on in Hollywood. Michael Jackson never touched me, it was never like that. So I feel like Michael Jackson like was a deranged, very confused, like mentally ill person because of what he went through. And like, yeah, obviously like whoever was like, yeah, this is totally normal, Michael Jackson sleeping in a bed with children, like, no, that is not okay. but sexual like abusing children or like.
So you're saying he wasn't even like aroused by kids?
No, I feel like he was. I feel like him and himself, like he was suffering like this age regression kind of like I would never got a normal childhood. You know,
because some people would argue and say that if somebody experiences that in their youth, they'll bring it into adulthood and act upon the things that they were victim to when they were kids.
Yeah,
because they see it as normal. They saw it as, this is how I grew up. This is how this kid is.
Yeah,
you know, and we weren't there to say yes or no.
Yeah,
but that's kind of the situation in a lot of these cases where somebody was abused as a kid and they carry it throughout the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
You know, because I think it's true though. I think if you watch that, if you watch Pinocchio and they go off to Pleasure Island, like that's the construct. That's the construct that's been around forever, and like. I bet you MJ dealt in stuff like that. Like there's going to be a lot of things that are going to get uncovered in Hollywood here in the next couple years that's going to shine a light on that construct.
Everybody's like wiping their Twitter right now. Right. Usher is, the Kardashians are. Like I hear the Kardashians are not going to be looking too good after this. But awesome, dude. Hopefully Taylor Swift did some bad shit. Hopefully, like all the fucking, all the people demagogues that we glorify every day. I fucking hate rich people, dude. I hate them.
The word billionaire shouldn't be a thing. They should just abolish
They shouldn't,
that.
Dude. I honestly, like, I'm saying this right now. I don't care if they are black, white, man, woman. If it's a billionaire, dude, I want to throw a haymaker at him, dude. Just. Bring back the guillotine. Yeah.
So if somebody offered you $1 billion, like just for free, you'd be like, "Fuck that shit. I'd rather be poor."
I think that it should be legally. You should only be able to own a net worth of $999 million. So I would take that $100 million.
Give a penny away, and then you got the $999. Yeah, I'm with you on that. We've talked about that on the show too, because it's like a dragon hoarding gold. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's even like Taylor Swift's tour and stuff like that. You can break that down into like just the private jet alone can feed so many people.
Yeah.
It's
the space program.
Right.
Space is fake anyway, dude.
I mean,
those people are stupid.
But it costs so much money just to send a pound of weight into the space. It's really nuts.
Yeah, and the Earth is flat, so who cares?
Birds aren't real.
We're gonna get flagged for misinformation here.
And the squirrels are
didn't even
government
think of that.
appointed.
That was satire, so everyone knows.
This is a check for entertainment, not fact.
Yeah, we don't spit facts here. The hell?
Spit fire.
We spit fire, just no facts.
But what were we talking about before the billionaires?
Epstein Island.
Yeah. So but that construct though of it is coming to light in so many ways. Even like with Cosby, it's the construct of the misbehavior. Yeah. And these people, I'm not condoning their actions by any means, but they are the targets of this construct at this moment.
Yeah. And it's probably it's definitely like some purgy shit going on. Like they're like, I'm rich, I can pay someone to do this, and they could sign an NDA, and I, will never be in trouble for this.
Right. And it's such a weird thing too. Even like the Diddy parties of having it filmed.
The diddler.
Dog. Well, how fucked up is that he filmed it?
They also they released these this one tape of him beating up his girlfriend. Like she was running out of a hotel room, and he just fucking clocked her.
Yeah, that video had been out for a bit.
Yeah,
I was just watching this thing. My girlfriend shared it with me today. This woman was dating. I don't want to take all of this information. Don't quote me on this, but this woman claimed to have been raped and sexually assaulted by Diddy and his guard at Bad Boy Records. They were saying that they roofied her, and she like woke up in this like bondage thing, and she's like now coming forward about it. But what they were saying though is that Diddy was taking this footage and like selling it to like black market kind of like areas where it's like, hey, look at this, this video we're doing. But the other thing about the filming thing is how perverted it is. He was blackmailing people in the sense of like he would film it and then hold it over their heads.
Epstein was doing that too, though. He did that with
leverage.
presidents. He did that with every type of celebrity.
So now that like now that Diddy's on suicide watch,
Yeah.
when I read that I was like, dog, they're just making sure
They're
that
gonna off him.
nobody kills him. You know what I mean? Because Epstein didn't kill himself.
Hell no, he didn't.
No, there's too many A-listers
Yeah.
on that list that were like, if we kill him now, he's not gonna rat
And
us
that's
out.
that's what they're gonna do to Diddy.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy, man.
He wasn't even eating his food, did he? In the jail, from what I read, because he was afraid that people were gonna poison it.
Shit, man.
I can see the hashtag now. Diddy didn't Diddy himself.
Diddy didn't do it.
Well,
No,
dude,
he did it. He did it.
Somebody just like came forward with evidence that he put out the hit that got Tupac killed.
Yeah. Yeah,
Thing he
that's
put
going to
out.
get resurfaced. That nightclub shooting in 1999 with J-Lo is going to get resurfaced. That's why her and Ben Affleck, I think.
Did you hear the Eminem lyric that he called when the death of Slim Shady came out?
I
It was
did.
like essay, like an essay, like writing an essay, and then the word like S-A. And he says, because I'm a R-A-P-E-R. Wait a minute. He didn't say the word rapper without the P, did he? And
Oh, Eminem is brilliant.
Yeah, that guy's fucking amazing, bro.
Wow.
Forever the GOAT.
yeah.
And you look at a lot of the lyrics too, and a lot of it was just right under our noses the whole time. But also too, like playing devil's advocate here. Just playing devil's advocate. Don't you think that like big sex parties and orgies were kind of just a part of the rock star lifestyle?
Yeah, but I think like
To an extent.
roofing
To an
girls
extent.
and leaving them in bondage like setups is
Sure.
Yeah.
That's not appropriate.
And
Absolutely.
then blackmailing the people, you know what I mean? That's also not, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Right.
I mean, there's
Not
a lot of aspects of what Diddy did that aren't rock and roll, you know?
Right. But like the after parties with like the thousands of bottle of lube, like I don't know, dude. Like you're not telling me that like groupies were following rock stars in the 80s.
Oh, I'm
70s, and
sure.
80s
I'm
and
sure
that
they were
shit?
having crazy orgies
Yeah.
within everyone's
Right.
consent, and I'm
Yeah.
sure nobody was filming it.
Right.
But it's like, what can you get away with? It's like there's a difference between like, oh, I have like these fantasies and these kinks, but then it's like, well, now it's like I want it to be like actually real. Like I actually like want this or that, and
I'm
there's a
actually
line.
going to impregnate this woman now.
Yeah, there's a line that. I feel like they were the only ones that thought they could cross it.
The law's coming down.
Because like you, there's some guy at like a warehouse, like somebody just ordered 1,000 bottles of lube, like express.
Like Sean Combs.
Yeah.
Sounds like a made up name. Oh man. I saw this funny clip of this comedian. They were like, that's a lot of lube. That's either a lot of orgies or that's one big ashy baby.
It was both.
Oh man, it was both. It was both. It was a lot. But the Diddy thing is weird with did you ever hear about his adopted daughter?
No.
So
Oh, wait a minute. There's some like Woody Allen shit going on, or
I don't want to claim that. There might have, but it was allegedly there was this young girl whose mom was like a drug addict and she put her up for adoption. And Diddy adopted this girl at like 6 months old or something like that. And don't quote me on all the fine details on that. But later on, like he like had her in a video and he's like, "Oh, yo, tell the internet, like, tell them." She's like, "Yeah, Papa Combs picked me up because I was like living on the streets." But then you like look at this young girl, you look at her as like a teen talking about it. And then you look at like the clip of this young girl who's like separated from her mom at a young age. And then the girl just like kind of went missing.
Really?
It's a weird thing. I don't have the answers for it.
Yeah.
It is a viral video, but they're like, where is this girl? Where is this girl right now?
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing. And if you want to talk about like the human trafficking, like that's kind of, you know, you could say you're adopting.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know.
And like boys get trafficked too.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And like men, you know, like people, like it doesn't happen as much, but it's still like there's stories of like people just going missing. And
a while ago, not too long ago, there was like some serial killer who was like killing specifically like men within the age of like, I don't know, like late 20s, early 30s or whatever, and they were finding their bodies in like Lake Michigan.
yeah,
and shit,
I made a video about that.
Yeah.
Smiley face killer.
One guy tried to pick me up after Riot Fest like 3 or 4 years ago.
Fuck that shit.
You've seen these guys too. They're in like big van, big.
They're
SUVs.
in like big dark SUVs, and like I'm
There's
saying,
multiple.
Yeah,
There's not just one guy.
If I ever end up in the Chicago River, or Lake Michigan, like just know like there is no amount of like drugs or alcohol that I could personally consume and not be able to swim. Like there's no way I'm drowning. Like if you throw me in the Chicago River right now, I'm coming out of that river, you know?
Right.
So there has to be like, I don't know if it's some type of drug that they're not testing for, or like they
I think I know what it is.
Roofie?
Well, I don't quote me on this, but I think it's multiple people that are doing it.
Right.
I think they're taking advantage of drunk people,
And they want to rob them.
They'll take their shit, but they're drunk people are vulnerable. Hey, I'll give you a ride. Don't worry about calling an Uber. Or hey, I am your Uber.
Yeah.
They'll hop in. The law behind it is that the police cannot stop somebody from picking somebody up, whether it's a licensed ride or whatever it may be. They are not technically breaking any laws, so they cannot bust that. The issue is these vulnerable guys will like get in a car, and I believe there's someone waiting in the trunk. Cloth over the mouth kind of thing, knock them out. Because the interesting part about it, and you brought up a good topic of being a good swimmer, is these guys aren't drowning. When you drown, there's liquid in your lungs. And when they're doing the autopsy and they're pulling these guys out, there's no liquid in their lungs. These guys were like dead
and then
tossed in.
Or there's also like some guys have been like, I was at this bar, I didn't have that much to drink, and then I woke up on like the beach, like they like washed up, you know, or like they like woke up like right next to the river, and wallet, everything's gone. So they could be getting them like at a bar, they could be getting them when they're drunk on the street, or like, oh hey, you want some beer? I got some beer. Like,
let's take the party back to my place. Yeah.
And it's all like, it's, if it is like money motivated, like I don't know, I don't think there's anything sexual going on. You know, most serial killers, it's like a sexual thing, but I think it's just all money motivated, and they just don't want to. I don't like the killing is just like a get off after.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Ooh. What if it was one of us? What if one of us was the killer?
Yeah. So, Mr. Jack, you want to come grab some beers afterwards?
No, I'm okay. I'm gonna go home.
Mr. Marky Mark, I have some beers at my house.
I'm gonna go home now. Sheesh. Oh, my sister just tuned in. She left a comment. She said, "Hey, Uncle Bubs. Hey, Elon. What's up? Good to see you. Love you. Mwah. Hope the kids are asleep, not watching this show. It's been a little raunchy."
That's what we put not for kids.
They're going to be in bed right now. Is Diddy going to get me? No, he can't. He's in jail.
Why do you have so much baby oil?
Can you check the closet for Diddy, please? I think Diddy's under the bed.
Oh, no, it's R. Kelly in the closet.
It's not Diddy, it's R. Kelly. Why is there a midget in there, too?
Oh, man.
I can say that because I'm small.
Holly weird. Well, what do you say, guys? It's about that time we wrap up. I think we've gone for 2 hours now.
Good 2 hours.
Yeah.
I was
Good.
late, so
A lot of clickbait, a lot of reels out of this.
Yeah. We hope all of our listeners enjoyed tonight. Mark, do you got any last words that you want to send out to the crowd?
Yes.
And they would be?
Diddy, if you're watching this, if you off yourself, none of us are gonna believe it. We just gotta know about Tom Hanks. All right, and okay, goodbye.
Fuck Diddy. We just want to know about Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
You got that, Diddy?
Wise words. Wise words.
Wise words from Mr. Marky Marx.
Well, again, Mark, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, brother. For all of you guys listening out there, check out Marky Marx on social media. He's big on TikTok. He's on all the social media platforms. Check him out. Give him some love. Let him know that Hawk Wind sent you. And check out his cosplay. He's got a pretty awesome Deadpool coming out pretty soon. So be on the looks for that. And Mark, again, thank you so much for joining us tonight, brother.
Good to meet you, guys. Meet you, man.
And tune in next week for The Boss.
Yeah, we have The Boss from the Alley, Chicago's infamous Alley, the apparel store, popping into Hawk Winds next week. So be sure to tune into that. And yeah, as always, thank you guys for joining in today. At the end of the show, me and Jay always like to give a positive message out there. And can I take this one? Because I got my family tuning in right now.
Go ahead,
I want
bro.
to make it something nice. What's my sister saying? Did you ever go to the Trapped in the Closet sing-alongs? No, does not sound fun. I do not want to get trapped in that closet.
It's like, I've been in too many closets already.
Yeah, right. I will say this. We always like to talk on the show of introducing art to new kids and newcomers on the block, and being able to support people who are into the arts. So for all of you listening out there, my goal for you this week is to go out there, influence the new wave of artists coming into the world, whether they're toddlers or whether they're teenagers. Be a good positive influence. You never know. They might be interested in the same things that you are. And be a good positive influence. I would say sex, drugs, and rock and roll, but lights, smoke machines, bubbles, and rock and roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got any last words for anyone out there?
Yes.
I was just going along with what you said, and just I want you to support the arts.
Yeah.
We want you to support the arts and buy war bonds.
Buy war
Thanks, Captain America. That's America's ass right there.
Real quick, are you guys Team Captain or Team Iron Man?
Iron Man.
That's a tough
I'm
one.
Team Captain America.
Damn, bro.
Team Cap.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to fight to the death now.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
So wait,
I'm a DC guy.
Yeah.
I'm a grungy DC guy.
So wait, this is like somebody put this into perspective with Marvel. It's like, hey, what's your name? Like, oh, I'm Captain America. Cool. How'd you get your powers? Oh, I was injected with them, and I became a super soldier. Oh, that's real cool. What about you? He's like, I'm Spider-Man. He's like, oh, that's cool. How'd you get your powers? And he's like, oh, I got bit by a spider, and now I'm like got superpowers. He's like, oh, wow, that's cool. How'd you get your powers? And the guy's like, oh, well, I was born with them, you know. And he goes, you fucking mutant. Like, it's like all, you just turn racist once. Like,
That's wild.
What the hell is wrong with you?
You were born with it.
Living by the damn power plants, you people. What do you mean, you people?
Whoa,
You
whoa.
mutants.
What do you mean, you people?
You mighty morphin mutants, you. Oh boy. Well, thank
maybe
you.
she's born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's mutancy.
Maybe it's toxic venom. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna end on that high note. Leave in the comments. You Team Captain America or Team Iron Man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Hawk Winds Radio Picture Show. As always, we're here every Wednesday night highlighting all of Chicago's artists of all different mediums, whether it be TikTokers or YouTubers or puppeteers or magicians or filmmakers or musicians, and a little bit of everything in between. We got a lot of fun stuff on the horizon for you. October, this is the last show of September, I see. So come October, we got a lot of spooky stuff on the horizon, so stay tuned, and we got a lot coming for you.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace and love. As always, I'm Jack Dwyer.
And I'm Jay Smooth.
Thanks for tuning in to Hawk Winds, guys. Have a good night.